So let's enter the counter-terrorism operation. You know we are detectives all together. So ladies and gentlemen, let's do this. So to get started with this counter-terrorism operation that happened between Kidal and Ageok in Mali, pivoted to Anafis. You guys will ask that, am I a Malian citizen that I know all this place? Yeah, a lot has been going on for a long time. And this particular operation that happened today was very, very devastating.
الدار على المسجد ان شاء الله. دار مسجد واغنر راه يزجر داك الله اكبر الله اكبر واغنر راه يزجر الله اكبر الله اكبر يا اخوان. لا اسم بلد الدار كنا على دار مسجد. الله اكبر كنا على دار من هنا الله اكبر انت اله انت اله هنا الله اكبر انت الله اكبر الله اكبر الله اكبر ابو موسى كلمه ثانيه كفر ارضا كفر انت يا بابا الله اكبر انت ريت ورقيه انت ريت سكنت يا داويه ولا تعصب يا والله.
It started today in the morning when a Malian convoy was on patrol. So, according to what we heard, right, they were caught unawares. There was an improvised explosive device on the path that they were traveling through, even though they were going on a linear path. After the first vehicle was struck, the rest vehicle, they diverted from the location and they started moving. So what happened was that the Azawadians came out of nowhere because they've strategically positioned themselves and they started raining heavy fire on the farmers of Mali. So according to the information we had, some of the farmers were injured, but there was no critical casualty, like nobody died in this operation. So the farmers actually called for backup, left the environment. But one of the most unfortunate situations, which some people can call not fortunate, some people can call it fortunate, the Malians left a vehicle behind. And this vehicle they left behind had a lot of weapons in it, had a lot of cash and ammunitions. And as you can see in the video, the Azawadians jumped on that vehicle. They were so happy packing the weapon and all of that. But little did they know that the African Corps was en route together with the farmers' reinforcement. Now, before I continue, I'm going to like to make you guys understand. I don't like this thing of the farmers leaving weapons behind and running. I don't like it. I think that is what boys do. I think yeah. You are supposed to take cover and you're supposed to do whatever you can do to survive when you're facing heavy firepower. But I feel like when you look at the way they've been deserting weapons sometimes, I'm beginning to feel like, could it be that these elements of France or Ukraine is beginning to have some operatives within? Because how can you leave this amount? Well, I'm not in the best position to judge, so you can judge that, guys. You can give your opinion on what you feel about that. But the Wagners, the African Corps, the farmers, they came back en mass. And that was before the Azawadians escaped. Guys, I'm going to be able to post you some of it. And you are going to go to my Telegram channel to see the rest of this image. They are gory. Those scenes are really, really vicious. It's parental guidance 25. It's not even 19, not even 20. And you know what I do? I always love to give you guys the information back to back to back. So this was a very, very big incursion, both ground incursion and area incursion. So according to the information we have, the farmers back off, you know, from incursion to extraction lasted for about 1 hour 30 minutes of heavy gunfire with both anti-material weapon, anti-aircraft weapon, sniper rifle, and there were some area drones, attack drones, the Turkish drones, B2 something Baccarat or whatever they call the name. They were the weapons that they deployed in shelling the Azawadians. And ladies and gentlemen, man, I can't use some language on YouTube because just to explain to you the level of decimation that was done.
الله اكبر. دور السريع في كلام بس كلام بس. شتمه شتمه. الله اكبر.
Я видос снимаю, пацаны. Без позывных. Вчерашний сюрприз. Танцуем на байках, бля. Да.
har beere mbala wotto torga sida beka torga sida wenam sakar pore bin torga me woto la biata bunda tenewa kiwara ham pila bunda ham pila wana aujourd'hui c'est le combien c'est le 14 lundi 2025 ton pa ma juno yibe o kam pam beba ntum ti jemse Bamanda halakat ne ba weyo ponto patar so tum de wen la bamba yingo to ndam net ne ba jot la bahra putta la wen nam ne nama sabab yingo awo ibrahim sababo bo be ka ndiga voilà bo be ka auto voilà la patrouillement ton tenga yinga ton nan to me na mana juno ko ton todra fa ya woto ton todra ya woto sen saka ti ton libre yemuri ya ne la woto ya totum sababa wan bamba ngai ka woto sin ya la le todra me woto bale.
You will see it on Telegram. I'm telling you, the storytelling actually paints the real picture of what happened today to the Azawadians. The celebration was short-lived. It wasn't long-lived. And when you look at the pictures of what the Azawadian posts, right, you will discover that they got everything they posted and they bragged on Twitter. They got it from the vehicle that was abandoned. Nobody actually lost their life in this mission. It was a successful mission for the Malian. And it begs the question, right? Why is this happening? Why is this attack intensifying? There's a lot of rumors that is flying, but I want you to pay your attention closely to some of us that give you the right information, right? Because we go through different channels to make sure we get the solid information that we can feed you with, because there's a lot of lies out there. Some people will tell you the Malians ran, some people will tell you this and that. But from what we found out, this was a successful operation for the Malians. But initially, just because the Malians, they stepped back and they tried to reinforce, everybody saw that as a defeat, right? That why would the military run? They are human beings too, and blood runs through their vein, you know. So, and nobody ever expects where a mine would be, an improvised explosive device, and nobody can determine the level of shock wave, the devastation the shock wave can cause. So, in my own opinion, I think like the Malians are moving the right way, but I still think that the Malian needs more arms on deck. That's what I feel, in my own opinion, and I feel like the economy of France is dwindling, it's plummeting by the day. Whatever reserve they have, everything has been bought out. That's why you have reserve to back your currency and for people to store, the gold is a reserve currency. Where did they get this gold from? They got it from Mali. Majority of the gold was gotten from Mali. So what happens now is that I think the reserve of France is getting touched up. So, and France can no longer, the economy of France is dropping based on the Ukraine Russian war, the contribution, Iran Israel crisis and everything. Now is a situation of where are we going to get these free resources back? So that's the $1 billion question. And that takes us back to where do we normally get the free resources from? Mali. So you can see why we've been seeing a lot of different weapons, different caliber grades of military ammunitions and all of that from these Azawadians and the JNIM group. But ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the Malis because these guys are the frontiers. They are the first brothers, they are the last brothers, and we all are brothers in arm because they are not alone in this fight. That's why we're advocating for them. That's why we're giving them our voice to support them and to make sure that even in our prayers we support them as they continue to fight because injury to one is injury to all. If Mali wins, Pan-Africanism wins, development wins, growth wins, African sovereignty wins, United African wins. So a win for the Malians is a win for all. It's not like I'm going to now come out and say, oh, I'm a Nigerian. I don't. No, I care about what happens in Mali. I care about what happens in DRC. A white man don't call us is a DRC person. He doesn't say he's a Nigerian. A white man will say he's a black. So we got to have this sense of solidarity, sense of love, sense of belonging, and one for all for one. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you get the message. It's your boy 72 Andre signing out enough said. But before you go this time around, make sure you go to the Telegram link that I'm going to drop in the comment section below and check out the details of everything I just dropped for you. So, guys, thank you. Ciao, ciao.